Alright, what's goody people? It's your boy Dub. Today I want to go over just pretty much how to wheelie, like, you know, the simplest terms of how to wheelie and what to do. Alright, one, obviously, if you're trying to learn how to wheelie, you should already be acquainted with the clutch and the fucking rear brake. So, that's number one. So learning how to start wheelies, you always want to start small and start slow, smooth, everything. So when I first learned how to wheelie, they were obviously first gear wheelies, and you're gonna do clutch ups. Pretty much it's give it a little bit of gas and pop the clutch. Little baby ones like that. That's what you want to start off with. This, you know, little simple baby one. Just get the wheel off the ground, right? So after you've gotten down the basic, you know, little clutch ups, start working your way up just a little bit. Just like that, right? But don't forget to always cover the rear brake. The rear brake is what's gonna save your fucking ass if you go too far forward or too far backwards. So once you've done enough baby clutch ups, and then, you know, starting to get the you know, not the 12 o'clocks, but the ones where you just start going, then you want to start learning how to just ride with it. Just like that. But not only do you want to practice riding with it, you also want to practice coming down with the rear brake. You see what I'm talking about? So after you've started riding them a little bit, practice coming down, then you want to try to get high up there and do a nice long wheelie. Once you've gotten the first and second gear, you know, clutch ups down, later you're going to want to be practicing your stand-up wheelies. Now, I've been practicing wheelies for, you know, first and second gear clutch ups for like, you know, 6 months. So I just started doing stand-ups and I'm not that good. So first thing is, obviously, I'm going to put my left foot on the rear peg and my right foot over the rear brake. Always, always, always cover your fucking rear brake, because your chances of saving a wheelie are just so much better if your foot is covering that. Because you know, you might just get scared and just twitch, and you're gonna come down. So it's better to, you know, come down hard than flip your bike. So with the second gear stand-ups, it's gonna be pretty much the same thing as the clutch ups, except it's gonna be easier. Once you start doing the second gear sit downs, you're gonna notice you're gonna have to be going really fast. With clutch ups or stand ups, it's the same thing. Start small, pop it up a little bit. Because you're putting more weight on the back, it's so much easier to pop it up. You can pop it up at lower speeds and everything. Now let me just say this, I'm not a professional stunter or anything. I'm just some fucking dickhead on a bike. So, foot on the rear peg, foot over the rear brake. Make sure no cops. Oh, that was a bad. Just small, start small. You're just getting used to popping it up and being, you know, in a standing position. Now, some of my biggest tips to you guys is going to be, if you're with a group of friends and they can all wheelie, try to avoid, you know, wheeling with them. One is because you're with your buds. You don't want to look like a bitch. I've done this too many times where someone has said, do a wheelie, or I almost stalled. Like, do a wheelie, or, you know, and I've always, you know, overdone it a little bit and had to correct myself, which I don't like doing. Also, I would like to say, do not practice stand-out wheelies in first gear. Chances are, once you clutch that up, there's so much weight in the back, you are going to flip. First, Second on the peg, foot over the brake. Small pop-ups. Another tip for you guys is go into like an abandoned factory, an abandoned parking lot, an abandoned road, somewhere where there is no other cars around to bother you, because you don't want to be popping a wheelie in behind a car, that car slams on the brakes and you go right into them. But guys, if you're gonna practice wheeling, go slow, go at your own pace. Don't try to show off for your friends. This is something that you could fuck yourself up like real good. So go at your pace, start small, then move up. Then, you know, just keep practicing at different comfort, you know, heights. Now, like I said, I've only been practicing, you know, doing wheelies on my 600 for about 6 months, and I'm, you know, you don't see me ripping down the highway in a long ass fucking wheelie. I'm just able to get it up and ride it for a little while, and that is it. Alright, well that's all I got for you for basic tips. It's gonna be different, the rev range and, you know, shit like that for your bike. That's why I'm saying start small, move up at your own comfort level, and when you feel comfortable, then, you know, switch to second gears, and then, you know, start with your stand-ups. But always start small. Always, you know, go at your own pace. Don't try to show off. Always cover the rear brake and just have fun, man. You never want to fucking jump into something when you're not ready. So if you're starting off on first gear clutch ups, start small. Don't just go to be, you know, riding down a wheelie in first gear. Everything comes with time. This your boy Dubs. Deuces.